Give me some money, I'll heal your whole body with one touch of my hand. Would you not?
The Old Timey Preaching Society presents Bishop L.W. Mammon, the world's greatest preacher, with a personal message for you.
It's time for Old Timey Preaching Society with your evangelist,
Joel Whaley.
Aren't these the greatest singers you've ever heard? That's right. Give them another round of applause here in the house tonight. I'm speaking for a few minutes on the thought doing less with more. And when I say doing less with more, I remember there was a time when I had the opportunity to make things better for myself. I had the opportunity to invest and to cause my fortunes to increase. And I was only 10 years old. And my daddy called me over and he said, Joel, now I want you to notice that your bank account is already full, that you already have more than most other little boys your age. In fact, you have more than many grown people have. And I want to challenge you, Joel. Is this really what you want to do? Do you really want to take what you have and increase? That's a question. He made it plain to me. He put it between my eyes and asked me, Joel, do you really want to increase what you already have? And quite honestly, the decision I made that day has shaped my future. Yes, as a 10-year-old boy, you can make a decision that will make the difference in your future. It was that day when I decided that I would do less with more. My daddy set the example for me. My daddy would work sometimes 3 or even 2 days a week while everybody else was working 6 or 7 days a week. I watched my daddy as he allowed offerings to come in, as he allowed people to give gifts to him, and he worked less and less and learned how to do a lot less with more. I've tried to follow that example. Let me tell you, when you've moved into the next level of favor, you will also learn how to do less with more. You see, anybody can learn how to do more with more. Anybody can learn how to even do more with less. But it takes a special kind of person, perhaps somebody who's been raised on welfare, perhaps somebody who's born with a silver spoon in their mouth. It takes someone special to learn how to do less with more. It takes a special kind of person to feel like you're entitled to things without having to work for them. It takes somebody who's extra special to feel like that if everybody else has to work for something, you shouldn't have to do that. You're learning how to do less with more. I believe that there's several people hearing the sound of my voice right now who believe that you are that kind of entitled person. You have been raised up to let others work for you. You've been raised up to even walk on others, to manipulate them, to stand up and say, I'm going to take what's mine, and if you don't get what's yours, well, that's just too bad. I believe that the time has come for you to walk into that kind of favor. And I believe it's time for those of you who are listening right now to Old Timey Preaching Society, and I'm referring to my daddy Mammon right now. He would want to make sure that we can do less with more. When you order this CD or this cassette tape for $5, not including postage and handling, if you will send that money to us, we will be able to do less with more, and then you in turn will be able to walk in that kind of favor as well. You will have others sending you money for doing very little whatsoever. It's time now for you to write out that check, for you to do an electronic funds transfer, for you to perhaps use MyPay or PayPal or some other form of giving, so that you can put money into my bank account so that I can get back to perhaps a one-day work week, and you will then reap the benefit of that as well. Will you send your money today? Will you take that step of commitment and take this message of blessing, this message of plenty, this message of, I'm going to be bold enough to say it, of laziness, and watch you walk in that kind of favor? That's right. This is something to get excited about. You know, I want you to just think about this for a moment. For every 2 or 3 people that work, there are one or two of us that are intended to receive the benefits of their labor. You know, there are people who are meant to be providers for others, and then there are those of us who are meant to be provided for. You know, the old expression, people always complained about having to work for the man. Well, it's time for us to be the man. As you depart, let me remind you tonight about Spirit Town for the young people to come, and we're just going to have such a ball. It's going to be so fun. In fact, I'm not ashamed to say to you, we sell fun. Can you say that with me? We sell fun.
I've got an old-time message to bring. Don't just sit there like a bump on a stump. You people wouldn't know old-timey if it hit you between the face. Come on, Mr. Piano Man. Some people waste their time and talent feeding the poor. They live contented lives and never ask for more. But I'm a-seeking my reward upon this earth right now. Get on that phone. Oh, somebody, I wish somebody would hear me this morning. Get on that phone. Get on that cell phone. Get on that pay phone. Get on that mobile phone. Get on that toy phone. Get on that landline. Get on that internet phone. Get on that phone and send me cash, and I will tell you how. Some people waste their time and talent feeding the poor. They live contented lives and never ask for more. But I'm a-seeking my reward upon this earth right now. Get on that phone and send me cash, and I will tell you how. Turn up the volume, let me scream in your face. I'm an old-time preacher, and therefore it is my place. I'm gonna sweat and stomp and jump and shout and tell you what it's all about. I don't have a thing to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Everybody else is wrong, that's why I preach so well. If you follow me, you'll probably go to hell. But I deny the truth of God, I'm not ashamed to say. I'm just an old-time preacher who has lost his way. Turn up the volume, let me scream in your face. I'm an old-time preacher, and therefore it is my place. I'm gonna sweat and stomp and jump and shout and tell you what it's all about. Gonna sweat and stomp, jump and shout, tell you what it's all about. I'm gonna sweat and stomp and jump and I'll tell you what it's all about. I'm gonna sweat and stomp and yeah. Gonna sweat and stomp and jump and shout and tell you what it's all about. Don't have a thing to say, but I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it until you get on the phone and send me money. I'm gonna say it anyway. I wish wish somebody in this place would send me some more money.